Somebody's excited, huh? Look at this one. Luigi knows his spot. He comes and hangs out in the employee lounge here. He likes to sit in here and watch SpongeBob. I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this, but this is our employee lounge. It's a bunch of snacks and stuff in all these drawers. We gotta keep our staff well nourished and plenty of sugar to keep them going at all times. Right, Luigi? Is this your blankie? All right, let's get your blanket on. All right, how's that? How's that, Bobo? Huh? Make you happy? Okay. All right, it's a little dark there. It's probably hard to see. So anyway, that's our boarding area, or not our boarding area, our staff lounge. I guess I'll give you a quick little tour. This is the boarding building. It's a separate building. Right over here is some of the lockers. This is the check-in computers. This here is the for refrigerated foods, dog food obviously. Here's some more lockers here. That's a staff refrigerator for their drinks and stuff that we provide them. Matter of fact, I wanted to look and see. Yeah, it looks like we gotta put in an order, get some more here for them. Forgot to do that. This is the bench where staff does all their paperwork. They get all the bowls ready for different meals and whatever they need to do in there. And then right here is the actual sleeping boarding area. So our staff will hang out here. We ask the staff to try to at least sleep while they're here, which most of them love doing. The reason for it is because if they're sleeping, the dogs will sleep. If they're up walking around, cleaning the facility, like a lot of other businesses, they don't allow their staff to sleep at night, the ones that are watching boarding. They don't allow them to do that because, well, they're paying them hourly, and they don't want to pay them hourly to sleep. Whereas we would prefer that they do sleep because then the dogs are sleeping. If the dogs are sleeping, they're getting a good night's rest. I mean, if they're here for a couple of weeks, just like people, patience is really run short. So we don't want dog fights. You know, we don't want our staff getting bit, things like that. So we don't want the dogs in an irritable position. So make sure they get a good night's sleep, and that's how we do it. And so the staff will sleep. We got, again, plenty of fans and ventilation. So we have these beds inside the dividers here so they can have a little bit of privacy. Some dogs don't want to be able to have like another dog looking at them. They don't feel comfortable, but we don't actually put them in any sort of cage or crate or anything. They can lay there. We'll put those down. Most of them, for some reason though, they like to hang out by our staff. So we have a bunch of these beds, and that's all the bedding up top here that they just got out of the laundry. Every night they wash it and get it ready for the next day. So then they'll either set up down there. If we have a dog that for some reason is not willing to go to bed, bothering other dogs, things like that, we can't just put them somewhere else, okay? They gotta stay here. But if you stop them from being able to actually physically touch another dog or things like that, they tend to just calm down at that point. So what we do is we put them in these areas right here where they'll have their own bed and drinks and water. And so it looks like they just took 2 of them out that were in here last night. I was reading the notes. It sounded like they were troublesome, so they put them in here to go to sleep in here, and then they obviously gave them their food and water and stuff like that. So they're still right here by our staff and all the other dogs, and they can see them and things like that, but not being able to physically touch them for some reason, they tend to just say, ah, well, and give up and, and go to bed. So that's what we do. That's why we have that there. And so we'll just close this gate here, and they're free to roam anywhere in there. I think I showed you too, for the staff, we have big TV up there that they watch, and then also over here there's another TV here that it's a monitor. So because some of my staff like to bring their video games in and use that as a monitor, so they'll come in and play their video games, Xbox or something right there, and as long as they're keeping an eye on the dogs and things like that, I'm good with that, you know. I don't expect our staff to sit there and, you know, be totally focused on the dogs, because honestly, by the time they get in here, they've been with us in daycare all day. They're exhausted, tired. Most of them come in here after they eat dinner and pass out anyway. So that is that. And then let me go over here and I'll show you a top secret plan that we've got that we've been brewing for a while. So let me walk over here. Been really working on it for about 6 months. It's been in the planning stages for, like I said, a year or so. But this is going to revolutionize the way that boarding facilities are working, I think, at least for us. You know, number one, we don't have any private suites where a dog can, you know, have his own private room. We've always had like communal type boarding where they kind of stay together and things like that. But over the years, we've had so many customers would call or ask, do you have private suites? Because sometimes their dog doesn't get along well with other dogs. And so we refer them to, you know, another boarding facility nearby that does offer that. But going forward, we are going to start offering suites. We're going to start construction here very shortly, but that's not the top secret part. The top secret part, and I can't tell you exactly what these things are just yet, because they're in a stress test period right now, and I want to make sure that everything is working 100% before I look foolish and I overpromise and underdeliver. So let me give you a little clue here. This is just a room here that is off to the side that's not being used right now. And so what I've done here is I've set up 4 units. You can kind of get an idea. You can see the TVs are labeled, and there's a reason that the TVs are labeled, because each TV has its own unit here. And so you can kind of see all the computing power that's going to go into these things and what it's going to do. Like I said, I can't really tell you what it is going to actually do, but just know that the owners that come and stay with us are going to be really happy. I think they're going to enjoy this because it's going to basically give the power back to the owners, where you are going to be able to control your dog's entire stay the whole time that they're gone. Some people like that, some people don't. Some people want to go on vacation and just take care of my dog. You know, let me know if something happens. But there's a lot of other people that they want to know when he eats, when he sleeps, when he, you know, what the room temperature is at, like all these things that they want to be a part of, and then we want to give that to them. So, like I said, I can't tell you every feature it's going to have, but just know that it's done. And it's in a stress testing period because we don't want to put these things out, get them into the rooms and stuff, advertise that we offer this function, a feature, and then not be able to deliver. So anyway, that is the small and short of it.